Warning, the following video will contain content that is not appropriate for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Well, guys, this is it. One final showdown for today. Will I win, or will I suck a big fat bowl of hairy dicks? Find out right here, right now. For another one of my Pokemon Battle Revolution discussion battles. Fuck yeah! Alright, anyway, continuing on here. This is going to be my last one for today, so I hope you guys have enjoyed the show today. Kind of just talking about different dumb shit and shit in general that's happened over the past couple of weeks, at my workplace and with, the whole process of buying my new car and all that shit, because, last couple of weeks has just been busy, just been busy as fuck. So hopefully this week I can relax at least a little bit. I'm only working 4 days this week as opposed to 7 and or 6 like I've worked the past 2 weeks. So, 13 days in a row of work is just not ideal, to be honest. Yeah. Again, if I was working some kind of job where I didn't really have to deal with people, I'd be totally fine. But, dealing with stupid customers just gives me brain cancer sometimes, honestly. So, yeah. Anyway, so this time I'm going to be telling you guys about the other stupid idiot that I had to deal with at work. Oh my god, this guy was a fucking idiot. Not only was he an idiot, he was an asshole. So, I got this phone call, right? So I'm working, this was pretty late at night. I want to say it was on Friday. And I was already having a shitty day on Friday because there was just so much dumbass shit that was going on Friday. I'm pretty sure this was on Friday. So this guy calls, right? He's like, hey, what time do you guys close at? And so I tell him, I'm like, okay, and I actually kind of guessed on this because I didn't know 100% for sure. But I was pretty sure that the times I told him were, relatively accurate. I was maybe off by a half an hour or whatever, not that big of a deal. So I tell him, that that the kitchen stopped serving food at 9:30 at night, because our hours have been reduced because of the whole COVID thing. So I tell him, right, that our kitchen closes at 9:30 and that the whole restaurant closes at 10. Pretty simple. And then he just replies with, what? I'm like, okay, maybe he didn't hear me the first time, so I'll say it a little slower this time. So I'm like, yeah, so our kitchen stops serving food at 9:30, and then the whole restaurant closes down at 10. So I told him that again, a little bit slower that time, because, maybe I was talking too fast that time, because, to be honest, sometimes I do have a bad habit of talking fast when I'm on the phone, mostly just because I want conversations to end, typically as fast as possible, because I don't like conversing with people, just in general, unless it's online, because actually I like, if you guys post something in the comment section, I actually think I'm better with replying to that than I would be say in a conversation over the phone, because if it's something online, I can take time to craft my response intelligently, whereas something over the phone, I don't have as much time to craft a intelligent response. I just kind of have to come up with something on the fly, So, so then this guy starts questioning me. He's like, are you sure it closes at 10? Because I'm pretty sure the other day I was in there till 11:30, and I'm just like, no, you weren't. I've been here till close pretty much every single day this week. I can guarantee you we ain't open till 11:30. That's for sure. So I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then he started mouthing off again, and I'm just like, I mean, I can go ahead and ask my manager just to be sure, Karen. So, I didn't actually say that, but, yeah, so I put this guy on hold, right? And so I go and ask my manager. I'm like, so what time do we actually close at? Because I wasn't actually 100% sure about the times I had told him. I was, sure that I was close, but, yeah, and the manager's like, yeah, so we close down the whole restaurant at 10:30, and the kitchen closes at 10. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I was off by a little bit. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. So then I pick up the phone with this guy again. So he was already kind of annoying me because he had a bit of an attitude over the phone. So I pick up the phone, and I tell him, I'm like, yeah, so we actually, we stopped serving food at 10, but then the restaurant closes down at 10:30. So, yeah, I was off a little bit. And then again, he says, what? You know, so I'm like, okay, now you're just pissing me off. So then I say this very slowly, to the point where it's clear that I'm insulting him at this point. Like, I say this very slowly, and again, to the point where it's very clear that I'm being slightly sarcastic, you know, at this point. So I'm like, so I say it very extremely slowly. So at this point, I'm like, so our kitchen stops serving food at 10 o'clock, and the whole restaurant closes down by 10:30. And I said it in that exact tone, by the way. And he's like, I could have sworn I was in there the other day at like 11:30. And I'm like, well, we closed down at like 10:30. At this point, I didn't even know what to say. I'm like, we closed down entirely by 10:30. He's like, and then he's like, wait, why does your kitchen close at 10 if you close down the entire restaurant at 10:30? And I'm just like, at this point, I literally paused for a few seconds, shook my head, and I'm just like, am I really going to have to explain to this guy like a fucking 5-year-old how a fucking restaurant works? Like, have you ever not heard of this thing called last call for, you know, food and alcohol? Have you never, like, heard of that before? Like, what are you, fucking stupid? So I'm just like, I'm just sitting there for a second. I'm like, I'm actually going to have to explain this to this guy like a fucking 5-year-old. So I sat there and I'm just like, okay, you know what? Fine. So I literally tell this guy, I'm like, yeah, so our kitchen closes at 10, but our restaurant closes at 10:30, so that way people have time to finish the food that they ordered. And I felt like a fucking idiot sitting there explaining to this guy like a fucking 5-year-old how a goddamn restaurant operates. Like, literally, like, how can you be that fucking stupid? Jesus Christ. Like, Jesus actual fucking Christ. This guy pissed me off so much, because it's like, dude, yeah, the kitchen closes at 10, but if people put in an order right at 10, you know, or get their order right at 10, they still need time to actually get their order and eat it. You fucking idiot. That's why we're open a little bit later, after the kitchen fucking closes, you dipshit. So that way the people who are in the restaurant actually have time to finish their food, you fucking dipshit ass fucking retard. Ladies and gentlemen, there are actually people that are that goddamn stupid in this world that cannot fucking figure that out. Welcome to the human race in 2020. Welcome to the fucking human race in 2020. Because there are people out there that are actually that goddamn stupid. And people wonder why I hate humans so much? Fucking really? So I actually had to explain to this guy how a fucking restaurant operates like a fucking 5-year-old. And I literally told him, I'm like, yeah, so the kitchen closes at 10, but we don't close till 10:30. That way people who put in food, like right at 10, still have time to get their food and then finish eating it. I literally had to actually explain that to this guy. And he was just like, oh, okay, whatever. And then he hung up the phone. I'm just like, what a fucking douchebag. Like, first you question me, and then you question me again because you don't know how a fucking restaurant operates. Which is something that should be common sense. Even if you can't, you know... It's common sense! It's common goddamn sense! And clearly this guy didn't have any, because he's a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Like, Jesus actual fucking Christ. What an idiot asshole. And I wouldn't have minded that much if he wasn't such a rude asshole over the phone. Like, I could tell by the tone in his voice that he was being rude with the way he was questioning me. And it's like, dude, there's no need for the fucking attitude. So take that shit and put it somewhere the fuck else. How about up your own fucking ass? You piece of shit. Because that's fucking unnecessary. Because your fucking attitude ain't helping anyone. So why don't you shut the fuck up? Because guess what? The world does not revolve around you. You self-fucking righteous piece of shit. You are another insignificant fucking human just like everyone else. So shut the fuck up and stop acting like you're fucking important. Because newsflash, you're not. No one is fucking important. No one fucking matters. Least of all you, because you're a fucking idiot. It's not my fucking fault that you're so goddamn stupid that you can't figure out how a fucking restaurant operates, you dipshit. Based on just common sense, you should be able to figure that out. You fucking dipshit ass motherfucking idiot. Fuck. So yeah, as you guys can tell, I was a little bit pissed off about that. I mean, seriously, like, Jesus Christ, how can you not figure that out based on common sense? That, yeah, the restaurant closes at 10:30, the kitchen closes at 10. If people put in an order at 10, they need time to actually get their order and then eat it. Like, how can you not figure that out based on common sense? Like, how are you that goddamn stupid? You know, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I know this is probably an unpopular opinion, but there are some people in this world that just should be knelt down in a ditch and just put a fucking bullet in their head for the betterment of mankind. There are some people that just should have a bullet put in their fucking head. And again, I know that's not a popular opinion, and I know a lot of people would say, that's so terrible of you to say, multi-step, but honestly, you know what? There are some people that just should be put down because they're just a detriment to the rest of mankind because of their stupidity. There are some people that just should be knelt down in a ditch, have a gun cocked behind their head, and just BAM! Put them down. There are some people, again, in this world, in my opinion, that deserve to just be put down. And that just need to be put down. And again, that might not be a popular opinion, but I've always believed in justifiable murder. I'm not afraid to admit that. Well, I shouldn't necessarily say justified murder, but justified killings is what I should say. I mean, technically the same thing, but still, you know, there are some people that, honestly, for the betterment of mankind, for the betterment of the rest of us people who actually have a brain in their heads, should just be knelt down in a ditch and fucking shot in the head. There are some people that just honestly should be murdered for the betterment of mankind. Because I'm sorry, but there are just some people out there that are just so fucking stupid that they just should not exist. Because they make life a pain in the ass for the rest of us. And in my opinion, that ain't fair. Then again, nothing is fair in this day and age. Everything sucks. Welcome to Fuckville. Because that's what we're living in the 2020s, apparently. Welcome to Fuckville. Do you like riots in the streets? Do you like deadly pandemics? Welcome to 2020. Welcome to Fuckville. Yep. I feel like we're literally living inside of a bad joke. I really do. I feel like the past year, we've been living in a fucking joke. For the past several years, even. It didn't even start just now. But now the joke has reached the punchline, I feel like. I feel like the joke, you know, for the past, 10 years even, we've all just been living inside some kind of dumbass joke, and it's now finally gotten to the punchline. Some dumbass joke that has just been dragging on and dragging on and dragging on, but now finally it's gotten to the punchline. Welcome to 2020, bitches. Hope you like getting fucked in the ass, because that's basically what happens to you in the new world, in this new world that we're living in. You just get fucked up the ass. It's fucking great. It's fucking great. But, you know, you do the best that you can with the cards that you're dealt. It's all you can do, really. Alright, well, either way, guys, hope you all enjoyed the show today. I know some really uplifting stuff. Because I'm just all happy-go-lucky here on this YouTube channel, clearly. So, anyway, if you did not like this video, be sure to leave me a dislike, some hate comments down in the comment section, and go fuck yourselves. Alright, well, either way, guys, until next time, stay cool and rock on. This is Multi-Step, signing off.